Hello everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and reboot. Nothing makes my head want to explode more when I hear the word reboot. A reboot is, okay, we all know what a reboot is, but it has come to mean something different to me. It used to mean, oh, we're going to reimagine the character for a modern audience. Now the way I see it is we're going to release something that didn't work the first time, and we're going to just start over again, and we're going to keep doing it until the audience finally embraces it, which is such a flawed way of thinking that I cannot even begin to tell you. I don't know. So anyway, the G.I. Joe movies. To my knowledge, no one really liked them that much. The first movie made just enough money to get a sequel, and then the sequel had some issues in the sense that they did some reshoots to revive Channing Tatum's character because Tatum became a big actor. Originally he was going to get killed, and then they wanted to keep him around for a third movie. That apparently is not going to be made now, and it didn't make a lot of money, so what's Hasbro doing? Well, they're rebooting it. According to an article from Newsrama, Hasbro will reboot the G.I. Joe film franchise with what it calls a, quote, more millennial approach, unquote, reports the Los Angeles Times. Quote, the world has changed, and I think you're going to see G.I. Joe changing with it, said Simon Waters, head of Hasbro Studios Consumer Products. There's going to be a much more contemporary approach to the whole franchise and what will allow us to develop different characters. Oh, that will allow us. We hope to create a head snap. It's a different kind of Joe, one that still resonates with Joe fans, but brings in uninitiated audience and expands the audience internationally and domestically. I mean, oh geez. Guys, the last G.I. Joe movie came out 4 years ago. The world didn't change that much in 4 years. I know some would argue, some would say, oh, we have a dictator for a president. You know what? The world hasn't changed that much. Here's the thing. If you stayed off of Facebook and you lived your life without looking at Facebook, could you honestly say you are living your life any different now than you were 4 years ago? Maybe you would if you got married or something, or just had a kid or something, I don't know. But the world in general has not changed that much in terms of the day-to-day life, nor have people's taste in movies. They are still seeing Fast and the Furious, they're still seeing Spider-Man, they are still seeing Marvel movies, they are still looking forward to the new Star Wars teaser as if it's actually going to tell them something. Yeah, like people say, oh, I waited up all night for the new Star Wars teaser. Oh, really? Did it have lightsabers? Did it have droids? Did it have space battles? Did they say the Force in it? Guys, we're watching the same thing over and over again. And here's the thing with the G.I. Joe movies. They don't have to reboot anything. In fact, all they really need to do is make a third movie, have just a couple of the cast members to pass on the torch to a new set of cast members, and they can continue the series. I don't know why we keep restarting everything just because one movie doesn't do that well. In fact, funny enough, when you look at, like, say, the original Star Trek movies, they had ups and downs. Like, you know, back then, people understood that, hey, sometimes there's a movie that doesn't do that well. It doesn't mean you throw everything out and just start over. And the thing about these movies is every single one of them sold like, oh, well, we've got this plan. We've got this many movies planned. It's going to go to this movie, and then it's going to have like a great conclusion. And then you better pray and hope that the movies do well enough to get to that point, because if one of them fumbles even just a little bit, hey, they're just going to start all over again. And then all that build-up, all that setup. In fact, most of these movies don't even end. They are open-ended because they just want to make more sequels, and then you never get that ending. It's so ridiculous. So here's the thing. I'm not the biggest fan of the G.I. Joe movies. In fact, I don't like them. Not gonna lie. Just do not. And yet, we're rebooting the thing again after 2 movies. And this is why I wonder, what's the point of getting into anything anymore? What is the point? Because any series you like will just get rebooted. In fact, I'm hearing that the upcoming Shrek movie, like Shrek 5, is going to be a semi-reboot. DreamWorks, just a little advice. If you want to semi-reboot this thing, here's how you do the story. You start the movie off taking place after the 4th movie. You have Shrek telling the kids how he met their mother. And what do? Then you make Shrek the musical in a big, elaborate flashback, and then you end with it coming back to the present day, and so there. You've essentially semi-rebooted it, but you didn't throw all those years of character development, or, well, you know, as much character development as there are in the Shrek movies, out the window. You just be smart about this, Hollywood. Be smart about this. And you know what? If a franchise isn't working, a franchise isn't working. Move on. We don't need to keep seeing Incredible Hulk. We don't need to keep seeing G.I. Joe. How many times do I have to review Spider-Man? Seriously, how many times do I have to review Spider-Man? Anyway, so what do you folks think? Does this news excite you, disappoint you? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.